I finished the Extreme Showdown, and honestly, it really wasn't even that hard, guys. I've never sniffed Legend or Hall of Fame difficulty in ranked seasons, and quite frankly, I think yesterday was the first time I even hit against Legend difficulty, but I put together a strategy that is gonna make this so easy for you guys, and literally anybody can do it, including my bum ass. Let me show you guys these tips. Okay, so my strategy going into the draft is draft as much speed as possible. The S tier guys you got are going to be Lou Brock, D Gordon, or Mondesi, the switch hitting guy. All those guys have really high speed, really high stealing, and really high bunting. And that's going to get you through these challenges so much easier. A couple of A tier guys would be like Byron Buxton, who has like really good bunting and good speed, or Trey Turner, or even, you know, Bobby Witt Jr., just some speed guys. Because if you can get two of those guys on your team, your life is going to be so much easier. Besides that, I go for a bunch of left-handed hitters that hit righties very well. Because just in my opinion, the right-handed challenges are a lot harder than left-handed challenges. I was able to bump my way through most of the left-handed challenges, whereas the right-handed ones, you're actually down by quite a few more runs. So that's just my theory there. So let's go and start this draft and see if I can get anybody decent here. So as much as I would like to get the Corbin Carroll right here, the 99, I'm going to go ahead and pass on him. He does have the speed, but he cannot bunt. So as far as like the first two rounds, if I'm going to get a speed guy, it's got to be somebody that can get on base every single time. So in this case, I'm going to go and grab Griffey because he hits righties very well. So I'm going to go and get Griffey right here. And then, so no left-handed batter except Franco, but he has like no power. But I'm going to go ahead and go Cal Ripken because he has very high vision. I'm assuming his clutch is going to be great too. So yeah, even though he's a righty, he's going to hit right-handed pitchers and left-handed pitchers very well. So now here's where we're going to look for our speedsters here. We're going to go ahead and go no speedster in this round. So I'm going to try and get a lefty. Nicky Lopez, So we're going to go ahead and just pick, I guess we'll go Hunter Dozier. And then here we go. There's my guy right here, Lou Brock. So he's going to have 99 speed, 99 steal, and he has a high bunt. That's what we're looking for here with the high bunt. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you guys the right way to bunt because I know some of you guys might not know how to bunt too good. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that also. So we're going to go and draft with Lou Brock. Lou Brock, you draft 100% of the time, every time. And then boom, perfect. So now that I got this Mondesi, it's pretty much GG's in my eyes, because if I get two speedsters that can bunt, it's going to make my challenges so much easier. So this is a no doubt in my mind. We're going Mondesi. And now with these gold guys, we're really just looking for preferably guys who can who just have speed. Don't necessarily have to bunt, just someone who we can put on the base pass that can steal a bag for us, which we don't have here. So I'm going to go Bryce Harper for the time being, just because, like I said, the right-handed pitchers are a lot harder in this one. And then we're going to go ahead and go Verdugo, another guy that can hit righties. We're mainly just looking for contact, because once we get those two speed guys on base, we're good to go. For starters, I would never pass up on a drag bunt boost with no one on base. That's always a good one, but exit velocity in the 7th inning is the best because we're always past the 7th inning. Now here we go. Now we got the drag bunt one again. The S tier perk for this is the diamond drag one because it's drag boost no matter what. So when you get to those later rounds and you get that drag boost, then you're good to go. So the second thing you want to look for is what the challenge is. So this one, you got to run around first, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out of Lou Brock and Mondesi, whoever has the lower bunt, because he's going to be on first base. And so what we're going to do is we're going to steal first base with Lou Brock. We're going to steal second. And then Mondesi is going to be an easy bunt. And we're going to move Lou Brock over here. You feel me? So then we're going to have runners on third and first. And then we're going to go ahead and steal with Mondesi. Also, we're going to have runners on third and second. With how many outs do we have? With 9 outs still. And at that point, you're just going to have to just get a couple of hits. But eventually, you're going to work your way back down to Lou Brock. So if you haven't scored again, Lou Brock's getting right back on base for you, and you can repeat that process and get both of them on third and second. So like I said, you don't really have to get hits. All you gotta do is move them over. Just make contact with the ball pretty much. All right, so I'm gonna briefly show you how the bunting works. We're gonna start on All-Star. Just show you like All-Star works almost every single time. Then we're gonna move up the difficulty to see what you can expect. But the main thing you need to know is flick the right stick to the right. And when the pitch is coming, as long as it's in the zone, you just gotta tap triangle. Boom. So what's going to happen is it's going to hit that grass and it's going to slow down. The first baseman is going to come off the bag and you're going to get an easy first base. This is on All-Star right here. As long as it's a strike on All-Star, that's going to happen every time with the Lou Brocks, with the Mondesies, with the D Gordons, with the Byron Buxtons. Those guys that got like 80 plus drag bunt on All-Star, that's going to happen every single time. Hall of Fame is going to be a little bit less consistent, just to be completely honest with you. But if you're anything like me, I bat probably like 100 on Hall of Fame. So you got a way better chance of getting these bunts down, I promise. That one would have been an out, but just keep an eye on it. Just see, you're going to get some down for sure. There we go. Boom. That's an easy base. Let's get another one. So give you guys some good examples here. As long as it's in the zone, you should do pretty good with it. Boom. Easy base. As long as it's in the zone, you should be all good. Boom. Easy base. So yeah, so just like that, like a legend for sure is going to be a little bit more difficult, but luckily with legend, by the time you get to the only legend challenge, it's going to be like 23 to 25 and you're going to get 25 outs. So you should be good. Boom. I'm telling you, this is how I got through. I think it took me till like my 6th time to beat the Showdown. But when I beat it, like I developed this strategy that makes me feel like I could beat it again pretty easily. As long as you can get the right team. If you get 2 of those speedsters, you should be good to go 100%. 3 is even better. So remember, just flick the right stick to the right and try to time your bunt up and make sure the pitch is in the zone. And then you'll be good. So let me break down exactly each of the gameplays, like each boss, so I can show you my strategy going into each one. But it's gonna get pretty repetitive. Just watch, you'll see. All right, so I got the list of these bosses pulled up. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to do it. So with the boss number 1 with Matt Cain, you're gonna put the fastest guy who can't bunt very well as your 8th guy. So that way he can steal 2nd. And then in my case, I'm gonna have Lou Brock at the 8th guy and Mondesi as the leadoff hitter. So with Mondesi, we're gonna have an easy bunt over the 1st, and then but we're gonna steal Lou Brock to 2nd, so that will give us runners on 3rd and 1st. Then we're gonna steal with Mondesi and get us runners on 3rd and 2nd. We're gonna have 9 outs and we're gonna be down 3 runs. So if you don't get any hits at all, if you just sacrifice those guys in, you're going to get right back down to the 8th hitter, and you're going to have Lou Brock again, who's going to bunt on base again. And he can steal again. Then you can have Mondesi bunt again. And then you repeat the cycle, and those 9 outs, you're going to be good to go. It's all about just making contact. It's not about necessarily hitting bombs, not about even getting base hits. It's just making good contact and move the runners in. Next, we got Chapman. You got 9 outs with a tie game. So as I was saying, I feel like the left-handed ones are a lot easier because all you need is 1 run with this one, and it's a tie game. So all you got to do, put Mondesi at the 1, put Lou Brock at the 2. You bunt with Mondesi, you steal 2nd. You bunt with Lou Brock, you steal 2nd. And then boom, all you need, you got 9 outs, and all you got to do is make contact enough to bring one of them in. Bob Gibson, this challenge is going to be a little bit different. Like I said, he's a righty. It's a little bit harder. You got 17 outs, but you're down 6 with the bases loaded. Pick one of those left-handed bats that you pick that's really good against righties. You're going to bat him leadoff. Best case scenario for me, I got lucky. I got Babe Ruth. He hit a grand slam. But all you want to do really is not, like, even a sacrifice is cool. You don't want to hit into a double play. So as long as you can bring those 3 guys in, then you can work down. You can get to your Lou Brock, you can get to your Mondesi, and those are going to be 2 guaranteed runs right there. Because all you got to do is bunt and steal with those 2 guys. Along the way, you want to just draft any more speedsters you can. If you can get a D Gordon, if you could get a Trey Turner, any of those guys that can steal and bunt, Byron Buxton, grab them. The run I had Mondesi, Byron Buxton, and Lou Brock. So I knew when any of those 3 guys came up, it was an easy bunt. Next, we got Chris Sale, 20 outs. You're down 2 with the bases empty. What do you think we're going to do here? We're going to lead off our 2 speed guys. Bunt to 1st, steal 2nd. Bunt to 1st, and the guy moves to 3rd, steal 2nd. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, down 2. You got to sacrifice those guys in by any means necessary, and you got 20 outs. So guess who's going to come back up? those two guys. It's super easy. Goose Gossage, 13 outs, down 1, bases empty. What do you think we're doing here, guys? Anybody want to take a wild guess? We're gonna lead off our two guys. Bunt still. You gotta bring one of them in. Billy Wagner, you got a man on second, you're down 2. You make your 8th base run, your 8th batter, Lou Brock, or one of your speed guys. So that way, all you gotta do is bunt and then steal second. You got runners on second and third. You're down 2 with 11 outs. Sacrifice those two guys in, and all we gotta do is get one of them back up to the plate. Nolan Ryan. This one was a little bit more difficult. 15 outs, down 4, men on first and second. This one was definitely tricky, but I led off with one of my bunters and I bunted the bases loaded, right? And then you have to hit in this one. This was the most challenging one for me. You have to do something, and that's why we drafted those lefty bats. Nolan Ryan's gonna dot you up. He's gonna dot you up to hell, but he's got to bring some of these guys in, and that's gonna be the one that's gonna mess you up. I can promise it. And then now we got Randy Johnson. You're gonna have 23 runs. You're gonna need 3 runs, and then guess what? You're gonna do the same thing, guys. This one is a little bit harder. It's on the legend difficulty, and the bunts aren't going to hit every time, but you got 25 outs to make this happen. Now, this is not a foolproof strategy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every single time you bunt is going to be perfect. Sometimes you bunt it into their glove, but more often than not, until you get to the Hall of Fame ones, it's smooth sailing. And even with the Hall of Fame ones, you can lay down the bunt pretty consistently. And then the Randy Johnson one, it's a little hell, not gonna lie, but you only need 3 runs and you just got to drop down a couple of bunts. So that's how we're gonna do it, guys. And it's cheesy. I don't condone bunting online too often, but for this challenge, you need it. So if this helps you guys at all, if you have any questions, drop them down below. I'll be glad to help. I tried to explain it like as thoroughly as possible, but sometimes I know I don't. So let me know if you have any concerns down below. And as always, y'all be safe. Peace.